everybody. Welcome to the Stitchergirl Podcast. I'm Julia, and I'm coming to you from the Maritimes of Canada in Moncton, New Brunswick, where it's been incredibly hot lately. Not good for the hair, let me tell you. Not good for the hair whatsoever. Speaking of hair, if you follow me on Instagram, you're going to know that I got my hair colored. At one point it was green, but we got that fixed. Thank you, Jesus. And yeah, so, and I've had it cut too. I've had at least a good 6 inches cut off. So it's feeling a lot better, feeling a little lighter and less kind of overwhelmed with my hair. So yeah, this is not a hair podcast. This is a cross-stitch, predominantly cross-stitch podcast, Flosstube. I use those words interchangeably all the time. Today, though, there will be some knitting. So first of all, I'd like to welcome back all my returning viewers. It's so nice to see you again. And I'd like to do a huge welcome to all my new subscribers. So thank you for stopping by. It's I really appreciate you stopping by and spending some time with me. That's really cool that that I've got these subscribers from all around the world, and it's kind of neat what technology can do for us these days. So this is Wellington flicking his tail. He always seems to sense when a floss tube's about to happen, and now he's laying down on my blast from the past. Blast from the past, something I've made in the past. Oh my, it is Sunday, June the 21st. And you know what that is? Well, here, and I think in a good part of the world, it's Father's Day. So happy Father's Day. And you know who you are. So happy Father's Day to you. It's also National Indigenous Day in Canada. And this is very upsetting to me. I mean, we have this National Aboriginal Day, and yet it's sad. It's sad. There are so many Indigenous peoples in Canada that get killed by cops all the time. They are profiled. This is not where I thought I was going today when I said it's National Indigenous Day. National Indigenous Day. Let's just say, I'm going to say it like this. We have the hashtag Black Lives Matter. Well, we could very easily and should have a hashtag that's Indigenous Lives Matter. I live in a province where 2 Native Indigenous people were killed by RCMP. And it seems to be shoot first, ask questions later. So it's very disappointing. It's disturbing. It's offensive. It's racist. Point final. It's racist. So here's hoping to better times for all races in this world. That's my hope. I hope we get there, and I hope we get there sooner rather than later, because enough is enough. So, blast from the past. I've got an announcement about the birthday PDF SAL That's gonna PDF giveaway. That will be at the end of the floss tube. So my blast from the past is knitting related. And 2 years ago, there was a mystery knit along put out by Curious Handmade Designs, which is Helen Stewart. You can find, she's got tons of patterns on Ravelry, and I'll put a link down below. Anyways, if Wellington will allow me to show, excuse me, baby, but you know, my peeps need to see this. So this was a 3-skein shawl, fingering weight, sock weight if you prefer shawl. I had no idea what it was going to look like when it was finished, right? It was a mystery. A crescent shawl. And it had a picot bind off. Picot bind off. Picot bind off. Does that sound right? Do you see the picots? Yeah. Crescent shawl. Anyways, so I just picked 3 skeins of yarn that I liked. And then each week a new part of the mystery was released. And she has these wonderful patterns where she goes row by row telling you how many stitches you should have on this row, and she gives you approximations like, well, how much yarn you've used, and I really like her system. So that's the blast from the past, because there's another mystery knit along coming out next week, which I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about that later. So I did that 2 years ago. It was called the Impressionist Shawl. Impressionist because the inspiration was Impressionist paintings. So your Van Goghs, your Monets. So think about those color schemes. So you can buy this pattern too if you want to make it. Yeah, so that was great fun, and I ended up having I knitted on a circular needles, and I had a super long cord, and I mean, I can't even, like, it was super long like this when I was working on it, and it would take forever to do one row when it got near the end, but it was fun, and the pattern is so well written that if you don't have a lot of experience, there was a lace section, but it wasn't difficult at all. And you can set yourself up with markers so you know where your repeats are, so you don't have to think too much. And yeah, so I really enjoyed that. So plans. Stay tuned for plans. So I've come across another floss tuber from the Black community. You probably know about her. And I'm, late to the party. One, because I'm late to the party, but two, because of, YouTube and algorithms, and it depends on who I watch, and that's who comes up in my feed, right? But Soulful Planning Stitcher, that might be her Instagram name. I'm not sure if it's her Flosstube name is the same, but I'll put it in down before, but it's Melanie, so go check her out. Go give her some love, please. Now, it's a good thing. There are so many things that are good and to be happy about and to be thankful for. And I know I'm very thankful that Bright Needle is designing again. Who's with me? Hands up. Hands up. Bright Needle. They have an Instagram page, an Instagram account, IG, as the kids say. Go look on IG. And they've been doing these teaser pics of releases that are coming up. So that's very exciting. That's something to look forward to. Stone Street Works, I'll put in a picture here. They've come out with a charity promotion chart, an MLK Sampler. MLK, of course, stands for Martin Luther King. And if you are somebody who gravitates towards samplers, this might be a great way for you to participate, in the hashtag Black Lives Matter, or if you want to show your support by donating to a fundraiser that is focused on Black Lives Matter. And Stone Street Works Etsy shop, I'll put it all down below. They're only charging 50 cents American, so what is that? 75 cents Canadian, depending on the dollar. Probably a little more in Australia, a little less in the UK. But that's to cover her Etsy fees. And so what she wants you to do is then go pick a charity of your choice and you make a donation. And it's a lovely sampler, and of course there's so many great words from Martin Luther King to be putting on a sampler. So this one is just lovely, and I think I put a picture. Now this is very exciting, so I hope you're sitting. But as you all know, Barbara Anna is very exciting to begin with. Barbara Anna Designs. Have you heard of Barbara Anna? Barbara Anna, Barbara Anna, Barbara Anna. And you know you kind of have to like stitch all the Barbara Annas. Well, Barbara Anna is coming out with another stitch along, and it's a Christmas one, and it's called Santa's Trips. And you might have seen a teaser pic on Instagram. It's going to be a 2020 Christmas SAL, and I think you can purchase it now or get it set up and go to Creative Poppy to do that. I'll put in a pic here of that teaser pitch because there were cats. Maybe Santa was on a cat. I don't know. Anyways, very exciting. And I'm just like, I'm so excited I can't think of the words. But you can go to Creative Poppy to sign up for that SAL. And I believe the first part is going to come out July the 1st. And it's like a 5-week SAL. So that's very exciting. Excuse me, I'm tearing because I'm so excited. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Anyways, I saw that and I was like, whoa. So that was very exciting. And then the last thing, you probably all know about this already because it's just been, like if Instagram had a counter for like top posts or top hashtags or whatever, like Twitter does, you know, when you go and look at the trending posts on Twitter. Well, if Instagram had trending posts, it's all about Long Dog Samplers and their free chart that they released as part of their celebration of their 25th anniversary. It's called Pandemic, and it's a massive mother, let me tell you. It is beyond big ass sampler, or no, not sampler, beyond big ass project. Let me tell you, it's beyond. It's like about 350 by 425 stitches. Like, who's crazy enough to do that? All the hands are going up. Look at the hands. Yeah. Yes. Me, please. 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 It's free, though, for a limited time. You have about maybe 6 days left, 5 days left to download that. But I think everybody has already because that's all people are talking about. And they're just like, they're gaga. They're like, they've already started it. And I'm like, I don't think you have any business starting that already, but okay, whatever. First of all, it's going to take a behemoth piece of fabric. And if you do it on 40 count, it's going to take more than a fat quarter. Just saying. And I was trying to figure out, because what was awesome is they kind of gave you, they gave you an approximation about how much floss you would need. Excuse me. I'm just so excited. Oh my God. Cross stitching is so exciting. I can't. Give me a second. I know you need a moment too. It's okay. We got this. I believe it said something like I don't think it was 200 meters if you did it on 36 count. I figured out we're talking, I think it's less than 20 skeins of like DMC, but that's a lot of DMC. 20 times 8, 160. Yeah, don't ask me to do math. It's Sunday. I can't do math. I only do math at work. I know I'm not supposed to touch my face, hashtag COVID, but that's okay. Right. So I'm already like, brainstorming. Oh my God, fabric. Oh my God, threads. Sulky have these packs. Sulky, the 12 weight thread and maybe 2 strands are like equivalent to one. No, 1 strand of Sulky 12 weight is equivalent to 2 DMC threads. So I'm wondering if I did it on 36 count, would the 1 thread of Sulky be okay? And then they have these great 6-pack kits of the Sulkies. And there's one that's a red pack. And there's 3 different colors. So there's 6 spools in total. And I thought, oh, that might be fun. That might be, instead of dealing with skeins of DMC. I would have loved to have gotten a hank of silk, but yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Not doing that, because the people who do them, it's going to take it's not going to take forever, but it's going to take time for things to ship and travel from Europe or Australia. So, and I think Silks for You in Australia, I don't think she's shipping right now internationally, unless it's a club, unless you belong to a club. And then Barbara Anna is talking about me because she knows I love her. Mrs. Sadis in Spain, I think she's only producing so much right now. So, anyways, the world is your oyster. So that's a good thing. Now, it's a bummer. It's a bummer. 2 little things. And 2 little things. One is a big bummer, and one is like a whatever bummer. Hashtag whatever bummer. But one, it has soured me a little bit. And I don't know, maybe I'm being unrealistic. You guys can judge. Sassy Jacks and Attic Needleworks, they've been doing these great floss tubes. They're doing great at promoting and keeping in touch with the cross-stitch community. And they tell us, email us for an order, okay? So I did that. And it's been, I don't know, 6 weeks since I emailed Sassy Jacks. Haven't heard anything. And it's been a month since I've emailed the Attic. So I know we're living in a weird pandemic kind of thing, but is that normal? Am I being unrealistic and thinking they would have returned my email by now? 6 weeks? That seems long. That seems long to me. Yeah, so I don't know. And I have reached out again since that time. Nothing. So I don't know if that's unrealistic or what. And then the other bummer is my LNS is closing. My LNS is closing. My LNS is closing. They're retiring. They're retiring in December. Because you can't. Yeah. It's taken me a while to process that information. I've known for almost 2 weeks now, and it's really kind of hit me hard, but okay. They're allowed to retire. I mean, congratulations. I mean, the store's been around since the early 90s, but still, it's a bummer. Okay, WIPS. WIPS. Let's do some WIPS. Okay, let's do some WIPS. Light. Barbara Anna. This was her Be Well and Stitch freebie. I think I've done some here. I don't know, here, maybe a bit. This is 32 count dwarf. Picture this plus. I'm using some called 4s. And obviously this dress color. This is a Threadworks. Yeah. Fun. I did a little bit on Mary Clayton this week. Very little. Like, it's almost not worth mentioning. Yeah, I don't drink on days I work, I swear. So I finished the words. Mary Clayton's work, age 9 years. Rock star. She's a little rock star. She had a great eye for color, I have to say. I have to say she had a great She had a great eye for color. I'm talking backwards today. I don't know why. So, in case you don't know, that's Mary Clayton. So it's coming. That's a great sampler for beginners. Now, another thing that's kind of trending, if I can use that term, on Instagram is Friday was Juneteenth. That has a special significance in the States. June the 19th. That was, I think, I am no expert on this. I mean, if I know Canadian history, that's, one thing. And now to talk about American history, whoa. But I believe it has to do with, was that when the black slaves in Texas found out that they were free. That is a very basic kind of Reader's Digest. So that's a very important day to Black Americans. Apparently it's a holiday down there, but not in all 50 states, surprisingly. But I'm hoping it gets there. So there has been a SAL going on. I'm sorry, I can't remember all the names of those involved who had this, came up with this idea. But it's, I'm just going to read my phone because it's just so much easier sometimes. Okay, Representation Matters SAL and Diversity and Inclusion SAL. So put hashtag in front of those. And the idea was you would work on something, whether, I guess it had a message of representation or diversity, or if there were actual, if there were people in the pattern that you would stitch them in people of color colors. People of color colors? Oh my Lord, Julia. I do have a master's degree. It's hard to tell sometimes. That maybe would change out the skin tones to reflect the diversity of the population. We have black people, we have brown people, we have yellow, olive-skinned people, we have white people, we have pink people, we have albino people. So that's what this SAL is about. It's a great message. And so for Mania, I got out Cross Stitch Nation. And I had always intended on bringing some color to these people. And so this is where I am. Now this girl I got done during Mania. And I've been working on this guy since Friday. And all of a sudden yesterday I'm looking at it. I'm going, oh my God. Prince has come to play in the cross-stitch sandbox. Doesn't that look like Prince? I think, well, with the purple and the white thingy, but then again, maybe it's Jimi Hendrix too. Who knows? But whoever it is, they're really tall. Because, well, Prince wore heels, right? So it works. I think it works. Anyway, so that's very exciting. So that's where I am with that. And I was just playing with colors, trying to think, well, you know, I wanted like a funky outfit if we're going to have an afro. And so I found this silk that was a little brown, little purple, and it kind of made me think of Prince. And then all of a sudden Prince was looking at me and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. So yeah, so once again, I'm so excited. I'm tearing. So yeah. So those are my WIPs. I didn't do that much. This past week was one of my weeks where like I worked 4 days, 1 day off, and now I'm in the middle of 3 days, 1 day off. So and with this heat, I'm not stitching that much. So plans then, moving forward, I want to keep working on the cross stitch nation because that's fun. Oh, in case you were wondering, this is 32 count jazz. Picture this plus. It is a linen. I'm doing some 1/2 and 2/2, depending on the floss color and what it is I'm stitching. Like the white on that suit, I did that 2/2, so it would really pop. To give that nice coverage. So I really want to keep working on that because that's fun. I really want to keep working on light because that's a SAL with my bestie and she finished her. So I got to get back on that. And Mary Clayton because, like, Julia, come on. Like, just, I will have some more time this week because I'm going to have 3 days off in a row this week coming up, so that should be a good chance to get caught up on all that stitching. Haul. I've ordered stuff. Nothing's come yet. That's fine. Okay, so let's get to the birthday situation because the birthday situation is coming up, you know. And I had this idea if I was going to do a giveaway, and because the mail is like, it's painful right now to ship anything or waiting on anything. It's just really kind of frustrating, even if you do expedited or whatever. So I thought I'm going to have a giveaway, but it's going to be PDF giveaways. And I wanted to try and bring recognition to a Black cross-stitch designer and a Canadian cross-stitch designer. Because one, hello, Black Lives Matter, and Black, what is it? Oh, there's a Black creators, Black makers, makers matter, hashtag Black makers matter. Bungled that. And hello, Canadian cross-stitch designers, they do exist. So, I'm going to put in a picture here of the PDFs. So the first one is our Black cross-stitch designer. Her name is Deneen, and I found out about this from Michelle Bendy Stitchy because, like, if you want to know what's going on, you just watch her Flosstube, okay? Because she's on it. Across the Stitch, she's out of Texas, has an Etsy shop, and the PDF pattern is called 6 Girls. So I'm going to put in a picture here. You're going to see 6 girls. And doesn't that just look like a bunch of girlfriends from high school or whatever hanging out? It's something you could totally modify to reflect your little inner circle of girls, of Stitcher girls, of friends, buddies, girlfriends. So the key word for that, if you want to be entered for a chance to win that, your comment has to be girl, G-I-R-L, girl. The second PDF giveaway, I selected Darling Whimsy Designs out of Newfoundland. There's been a lot of talk about the Mulberry Trees pattern. I don't know if you've seen it. There is a PDF option, and I'm like, you know what? I like that one too because it speaks to me. There's a Jane Austen quote. It kind of has a sampler feel, a prim feel, and it's that Jane Austen wit that we all love. So, and plus it's Canadian designer. So I really like that one. So if you're interested, if you want to be entered to win that chart, that PDF chart, you have to enter the word trees, T-R-E-E-S, trees. So we have girls and we have trees. So put the magic word down below. Must be a subscriber, and you know all the jazzy stuff. You know the stuff, right? You know the deal. Okay, don't disappoint me. Don't enter unless you're a subscriber. And the last thing I'm going to talk about today is my birthday is June the 30th. Thank you. And if you are so inclined on June the 30th and you don't know what to do with yourself that day, I would be honored if you would work on a sampler that day. Any sampler you want, anything, any sampler you want. And I'm going to put in the hashtag here. Of course, my thing closed on me. The hashtag is going to be girlbdaysamplersal. Girlbdaysamplersal. So if you want to join me on June the 30th, that would be awesome. We'll use that hashtag, and I'm going to be working on a sampler. I don't know which one because I have like 20. Maybe that'll be the day I finish Mary Clayton. I don't know. But I thought it would be fun to pick a sampler. That Martin Luther King sampler, that would be great. It would be a sampler. It could also be, you know, part of the Representation Matters SAL, Inclusion Diversity SAL, any sampler SALs that you're belonging to. It would be fun to have you join me that day. So I think that's it. All the information that I've talked about today, links and so forth, will be entered below. Sometimes I'm able to do it right away. Sometimes it might take me a little longer, but hopefully within 12 hours, it'll all be there for you to find. If not, please do send me an email or reach out to me on Instagram so we can communicate that way. Speaking of communicats, Wellington is laying right here. Hey, Welly. You okay? Yeah, he's in his happy place. He always has to be like touching me just a little bit. You know what that's like? They just have to be able to, like, one paw on you. That's what he's like. He's very content. I don't know where Cherub is at the moment. She's, you know, very much Miss Independent, doing her own thing. So, I'm back. I got so excited talking about cross stitch that I forgot about the knitting that I wanted to talk to you about. The Mystery Knit Along, that is starting June the 25th. This is with Helen Stewart of Curious Handmade. And I just want to get the name right. It's called the Stillness MKAL, MKAL Mystery Knit Along. The Stillness MKAL. And once again, it's the same concept as that other shawl I talked about. It's, you get to choose 3 skeins of yarn, fingering weight, sock weight if you prefer. If you prefer that, fingering sock weight is the same weight. The blend might be a little different, a 75-25 and 85-15. That's like with wool or nylon. Don't want to get too technical. But it's up to you, your color scheme. The idea is there's a light, a medium, and a dark. And I'm waiting on one skein to come from Montreal, from the Bobineuse is a knit store in Montreal, and they had free shipping. And they had a color that I thought would go really well with my others. And I'm just going to see if I can blow it up. It's called Or Argenté, and it's by Colorista. That is a hand dyer. I don't know how well you can see. Yeah, there we go. You see how there's that, so it's kind of got like a warm, cool thing going on. And I thought it would go really well with these two yarns I'm going to show you now. Now, this is a hand dyer that's, she's out of Dorchester, New Brunswick, which is not far from me, maybe 20 minutes or so. Dorchester is known for what? There's a federal penitentiary and sandpipers. But also, it's known for hand dyers. And she was at the Nova Scotia Fiber Arts Festival last year. Her brand is called Granui Company. And you see there's a frog. Oh, Amy Loves Toads would love this. And this colorway is lavender. Can you see that? Are you not excited? OMG. Oh my God. So that's going to be my medium. And my dark, this one is called Totem. This is actually a single, meaning it's not blended with like a nylon or something. Like in sock wool, a sock yarn, there's usually some kind of nylon in there for durability. But this fingering weight doesn't have any in it. So it's very squishy. And it's called Totem. And this one is blues and grays, a little bit of black. O-M freaking G. So, Stillness Mystery Knit Along. Helen Stewart of Curious Handmade Designs. Starting June the 25th for 5 weeks. Each week a part will be released. And like I said, her patterns are so easy to follow. There might be a little bit of lace in there, but it's always something that you can deal with. It's not difficult if you just take your time. It's all about, you know, for me, knitting is about being quiet and being meditative and just slowing down. And so this is going to be great. And I've got this really beautiful yarn, and I got to do something with it because I can't take it with me into the afterlife or next life, right? Got to deal with it now in this life. So there you go. MKAL, Stillness Cal, Mystery Cal, Helen Stewart. Fun. Thanks for watching. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for participating in the giveaway. That will be so much fun. If you have time, thank you for participating on my birthday in a sampler of your choice. Thank you for standing up and standing in the gap. Black lives do matter. Point final. Indigenous lives matter. Point final. Okay? Enough is enough, people. It's time for us to rise up. Rise up We can't be quiet any longer. I've said this before. So thank you for stopping by. It's been so much fun. And I'll look forward to talking to you again next weekend. So have a good week. Happy stitching. Be safe. Wear that mask when you're out in public. Keep washing those hands. And sunscreen. Thank you very much. So take care. Love you. Hugs and kisses. Ciao. Say hi, Willie. Hi. Hi, baby. Who loves you? Who loves you, Willie, 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 Willie? Who loves you? Love you, baby. Love you. Bye.